this is it. It's time for Whoosh with Simon Le Bon and Katy Krassner coming to you on Spotify. Hey, how was that? I got all the information in. Who did we just hear? Who's that fabulous piece of music?
That fabulous piece of music was a band called Fat White Family.
Yes, indeed.
Very amusing name.
Yes.
And the song is called Feet, which is a very interesting name.
Yes,
indeed.
What do you think about that, Katy?
I really liked the song. I thought that I had maybe heard it before, so there was something familiar about it.
There is something, yes, and I'm trying to figure out what it is, and I probably won't remember it by the end of this show, but I will remember it one day because I've got that kind of a memory. Before next week, I bet I know what it is.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
I recommend a video every week, and this is not the video I'm going to recommend. But
is it a video that you don't recommend?
I'm not recommending it. It wasn't my favorite, so I don't want to use it up as my recommendation. But if you have no children or easily offended people in the room, I would watch the video. Great. It is a short film. It's about 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it has nudity and violence.
Excellent.
And it's a war story, and it's really, really well done.
Wow, that sounds amazing. That's my kind of footage. I've got grandchildren, but I promise I won't let them watch it.
No, and they probably would ignore it anyway. But this is what I want to say to you. So the group is part of. They're out of London, and they're part of the anti-squat party scene.
They're anti-squat party scene.
Yeah, they are very shaped by politics.
Oh yeah.
Many of the members at some point have either been homeless or struggled with addiction or mental issues, and they came together to form this band.
Yes.
But on their latest album, an artist named Baxter Drury, our friend Baxter, recorded a guest feature. So once again, your music is crossing paths or intersecting.
Fantastic, yeah. I just love. I've got a few tracks by Fat White Family that I like, and I probably will be playing a few more as the weeks go by. But I really thought this was a good track to open the show with. There's a darkness to it, but there's also there's a little humor in there as well that I find very attractive. I think this is a band that's going to be around for a long time, probably not in the same form, but you know what I mean? They're probably going to change members and things, but they're good. They're really good. They make good music. And
they are a good find. Yeah. And hello. I didn't even say hello to you today.
No, hello.
I just
How
started
are you doing?
Speaking so quickly. Oh, I'm doing fine. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. I have some iced tea with me today.
Really? I'm dry.
Are you? I don't like being dry while we record.
No.
You should when the next song comes on, you should go get a drink of water.
I might try that, yeah. I might try that. I didn't even have my phone with me, so I can probably call somebody on the house phone.
Oh, I was texting you.
No, I haven't got my phone with me. Anyway,
I know.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. So you can get a glass of water. What's our next track?
Well, we're going to play a song by an artist called Gengar.
I'm glad you had to say that, not me.
Sounds to me like a pirate band, but you don't know. And the song is Heavenly Maybe. And I think it's rather jolly, actually. So check it out here on Whoosh.
It made no difference now, I'll give them my own advice. No better when you're breaking it down into a river unsettled by our demise. Tell me who's triggering now. Did anyone see that? subliminal, that's what I thought. Greater now, on and on and on. Angel, don't hurt yourself. The payload to mellow you out. Slow down, you said yourself it's coming back. But where are you now? The one that surfaced unwilling to compromise, adept in ways I wasn't before. And when the moonlight falls and it's no surprise, stranger in the midst of it all. Did anyone see that? Did anyone see what I saw? Help me out. On and on and on. Tell me you hear that? Subliminal, that's what I thought. Greater now. On and on and on. Angel, don't hurt yourself. The payload to mellow you out. Slow down. You said yourself it's coming back. But where are you now? Angel, don't hurt yourself. The payload to mellow you out. Slow down. You said yourself it's coming back. But where are you now? Did anyone see that? Did anyone see what I saw? Help me out. On and on and on. Tell me you hear that? Subliminal, that's what I thought. Greater now. On and on and on. Angel, don't hurt yourself. The payload to mellow you out. Slow down. You said yourself it's coming back. But where are you now? Angel, don't hurt yourself. The payload to mellow you out. Slow down. You said yourself it's coming back. But where are you now? Angel, don't hurt yourself. The payload to mellow you out. Slow down. You said yourself it's coming back. But where are you now?
Okay, let's.
You want me to
That
bring
was-
us back? Oh.
We just had one of those radio moments. It's a bit like two people passing in a corridor, and they both try and go.
Yeah, the same
one
way.
person goes left and the other person goes right. They end up bumping into each other. Yes, we did that. Anyway, so that was Gengar with Heavenly Maybe.
I like that song a lot. That's a band.
Party tune.
It is a
good
party
old
tune.
Yeah.
But this band is from North London, and the track explores the singer's experience with using partying to distract himself from what was happening in his real life. So you are correct in many ways that it's a party tune. And I love this track, and I thought the singer was cute.
Well,
So
that's
that-
not what-
That checks 2 boxes for me.
You get extra points for being cute with Caddy. You get
Oh
extra
my
Caddy
God.
points.
You
definitely.
sure do.
Yeah.
So I'd like to go to a question, please.
Okay. Well, let's have a question.
Let's have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. This is from Lisa,
Yes.
and she has a question for each of us.
All right. Great.
For Simon,
Yes.
I remember a giveaway in a teen magazine in the 80s where the prize was a Coca-Cola bottle John drank from. The caption very enthusiastically said his lips touched it, or something similar. Even as a teenager, I thought it was weird.
You mean his lips or something similar touched it?
No, or that's something. So
I'm
the
not so sure.
caption.
I'm not sure I'd want that bottle.
Yeah. So, what was the weirdest giveaway that you were ever involved in? That's what Lisa wants to know from you.
The weirdest giveaway that I was ever involved in. It's a bit of a tough one. I can't remember. I mean, I'm sure we've had some weird ones. I mean, I once gave away a television set. I think I bought these. I think it was myself and Roger, for some reason, had been, I think, slightly conned into buying these enormous television sets that they were huge. They were like giant robots. Each one took 4 men to move it. They were extraordinary, and they just went into storage for about 5 years. And at the end of that time, somebody said, "Oh, we've got a big auction coming. Have you got any items you'd like to auction?" And and both myself and Roger went, "Yes, our television sets." I can't remember if both of them went in the auction, but mine definitely went in, and it got sold.
I
signed it. I signed
the TV.
Yeah, I signed the TV. Yeah.
All right. So it's
like a very big fat felt pen.
I love it. And Lisa's question for me is, I don't know why, Lisa, you would ask this question, but how many pairs of white jeans do you own? That's her question for me. And the answer is none. None white jeans.
Oh, that's amazing. I have a few pairs.
Well, you look better in white than I do.
I
look like a marshmallow. When you're my height, you don't wear white jeans. So our next song is a really cool track. It's called Fond Affections by a band called Rema Rema, and I want to know all about why you chose this.
Well, Rema Rema was a band that came from the same kind of area as me. In fact, I knew Marco Pironi, the very, very famously the guitarist with the Susie and the Banshees, and Adam and the Ants.
Yeah, that's how I know.
Marco was a guy on the scene, local to me. I wouldn't say that he's a good friend, but I see him I haven't seen him for ages. Actually, I'd like to see him. He's a lovely, lovely man. But he was in the band, and also Mick Allen, who was he was the boyfriend of a girlfriend who was very close to my girlfriend, Fiona Kemp, who famously introduced me to Duran Duran. Yes, Mick Allen we knew, and so I went to see them once, and I can't remember where it was. It was an upstairs room. It seemed to be like an artist's studio, or maybe it was actually a room in an art school, and that was the kind of thing that really would have happened, in those days. And so I went to see them, and
they were Rema Rema then?
They were Rema Rema, and I was fascinated by them. The lead singer, Gary Asquith,
yes,
he did not turn around to face the audience until well past halfway through the set. And that usually is nerves. That's usually a sign of nerves. He sang with his back to the audience.
That's interesting.
Which is me being an old stager is kind of a complete no-no. It's like it's like I would never do that. But he got a good voice. I mean, and I I have to say, this is possibly one of the most depressing songs I've ever heard. It has the immortal line in it: "There's no life at the end of it all. Let's all sit down and cry." Wait a minute. And "Let's All Sit Down and Cry" is the title of this episode of Whoosh. Whoosh 18. Let's all sit down and cry. Comes from this song. Anyway, Rema Rema from 1979 or even 1980. But anyway, it's a fabulous, fabulous piece of music. Stick with it. It's worth it.
to say goodbye. Now that it's been forced upon you, it's just that person by your side, remaining distant. Your heart is getting colder. There's no light at the end of it all. Let's all sit down and cry. There's no light at the beginning. Let's all sit down and cry.
As I'm getting older, chip upon my shoulder, rolling through life to roll over and die. La 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 la. Missing Hippie John, silent days are gone, remembering things just to tell them so long. Acting like my life's already over. Oh dear, act your age and try another year. Always feeling tired, smiling when required. Write another year off and kinda resign. Silent days are gone, missing Hippie John. Remember the days just to tell him so long. Acting like my life's already over. Try another year. Oh, mama, acting like my life's already over. Oh, dear, act your age and try another year.
That was Salad Days by Mac DeMarco on WHOOOSH on Spotify.
And I think we needed something a little uplifting after Fond Affections, because
we needed something uplifting and Canadian and so popular. I like Mac DeMarco.
Yes, so
not the
do I.
least of bit. That do you know? I have a good friend named Joanne DeMarco, but they're not related.
Really?
Yeah, let's say hi, Joanne.
Hello, Joanne. Shout out for Joanne.
But Mac recorded this album from his apartment in Brooklyn. He did the album, Salad Days was the name of the album and the single. And that's cool. He didn't go into a studio. It was a very critically acclaimed album. It led for him to go on a long worldwide tour, which is always an exciting part in one's career. The NME named Salad Days the second best album of 2014.
Right.
And I like Mac DeMarco because he has no social media.
Oh, well done.
Well done, Mac DeMarco.
Yeah, well done. I'm impressed by that. Well, I like Mac DeMarco because Salad Days is an uplifting track, and it's cute and it's kind of cheeky sounding, I think, and I just like it.
I like it too. So let's do another question.
Yes, absolutely. Let's do that.
Absolutely do another question. Simon, Arnie, A-R-N-Y, Arnie wants to know, Duran Duran concerts are full of energy, which keeps everyone dancing. Yeah. How does Simon stay energized and entertaining if the crowd is subdued? Also, how do you stay cool on stage?
Okay. Well,
that's both are good questions.
Cool. You mean cool?
Like sweaty
temperature wise.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be honest with you. What's his name? Who asked the question?
Arnie. A-R-N-Y. Yeah. Hi, Arnie.
Excuse me, Arnie. Yes, Arnie. I would say that I can't stay cool on stage. It's one gets very, very, very overheated on stage. Actually not overheated. There's always that stage when you kind of, you just, the sweat bursts out of your skin. When it's great relief, because up until that moment, it's kind of you've been building up this heat, and suddenly the sweat bursts out of you, and you get a flush, a cooling flush, which is very pleasant. So I tell you what, the answer to your question is quite simple. How do I stay cool on stage? I sweat.
That's okay. I don't think I knew that. And then how do you keep the crowd's energy up?
Well, I think you've got to go, if we've played to a lot of crowds who are not really particularly willing to kind of be part of the party, so to speak. And they sit down, we play things, we played events where people are sitting around tables and things, smoking cigars. I think in that case, one has to just rely on the music. We have a few little kind of principles, very, very simple first principles in the band, and one of the principles when you go on stage is let the songs do the work. And by that I mean you don't have to deliver them, you just have to serve the song to do a good delivery. And I think that also kind of extends a little bit. So when the crowd is not kind of getting into it and kind of doing what crowds really can do and make a show really stellar, you just have to concentrate on the songs, and you're letting the songs do the work, but you just enjoy the music and actually enjoy the performance, and that's enough for me. That's enough. And I tell you what, you do that and you always get people in the crowd who get going. It's almost always women. It's in those situations, where the posh guys are sitting there smoking their cigars. It's the women who get up and start rattling their jewelry. And shaking it about, because a lot of these women are, they dress up and they get ready for these events and things. And I think they like to show off a bit, so they shake it about. And then the guys get up eventually because they don't like the fact that they're chicks giving all this attention to Duran Duran. And that way you get everybody into it, and it actually works.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that answer. I am the only one who can see you right now, and I just want to tell you, your skin looks really good.
Really? I was just thinking how awful.
No, you have very smooth skin. You're lucky. Yeah. Those good genes. Okay, moving on from Simon's skin. I got a question.
Okay.
From Kathy in St. Louis. And she wrote, this is for Katy. So, of course. And by the way, if you have a question for Whoosh, please email Whoosh Radio, WHOOOSH radio at gmail.com.
Yeah.
So this is for Katy. As in any environment or relationship, we all have our go-to people. If you could, how would you label each of the guys? For example, who do you call when you are freaking out and need to be talked down? Peace, love, music, whoosh, Kathy. I don't know who I would. It depends what I was freaking out about. If I was freaking out about a relationship, I would call Simon.
Right.
He would talk me down. Yeah. Or give me very, very good advice. And you have done it. Yes. If I was freaking out about something about work, I might talk to Nick. Only because in those instances, Nick can cut right to the chase. And I appreciate that in him. If I was maybe looking for some sympathy, I might go to Roger for that. Because he's so sweet and he's so easygoing. And I guess if I was looking for someone
to agitate me,
go to John. Okay. Anyway, that was very funny. I would go to John if I wanted to get really motivated about something.
No, John's great. I think we're all great.
He is. You're all fabulous people. Kathy, I'm so lucky to get to work with these 4 fantastical men and their team.
I was actually thinking if you need someone to knock you down a peg or two, give Nick a call.
Yeah, if I got too high on my horse, that's maybe who I would call.
Exactly.
You taught me that. Exactly. Our next song, I thought when I saw the title, I thought to myself, that is a weird title. And then I listened to the song, and this, my friends, is my video of the week. So this is it. So the track is called. Oh, go ahead.
I have something to say about this band, actually. Yes, CSS. They're a band from Brazil. This is the remix of the song they made, and this is the Dan Carey or the Dan Carey remix. But I know CSS because CSS did a cover version of a Duran Duran song.
They did?
They did a cover version of Rio in Japan under the auspices, easy for me to say, of my very dear friend and colleague, Nick Wood. And I spotted CSS on Spotify, and I decided to listen to a few tracks. I thought I want to put them in the show, and this is the one I decided to land on. So here on Whoosh, I'm going to tell you, this is CSS, and they say, let's make love and listen to Death from Above.
Calling me high on the telephone, came back playing all alone, spending the afternoon making a speech made you nervous that you couldn't eat. You came to show your mad love, you came to tell it's not enough. Come and erase me and take me with you. Kiss me, I'm drunk, but don't worry, it's true. I wanted to show you how mad is my love. Come and attack me, it's not gonna hurt. Find me, deny me for fear when it goes. Let's make a love and listen that from above. Let's make love. Let's make love and listen that from above. You knew my ideas when they were in my head. They were my secret, evening plans. Wine and bed, then more than again. Wine and bed, then more than again. Run, run, run to make a heart shake. Kiss, 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 we'll make this earthquake. I'm gonna get what I'm willing to take. This got a worth the miles you made. Come back, I'll warm you up. Make me breakfast, I'll make it up. You are so talented, I'm in love. Let's make love and listen that from above. Let's make love. hauteur à un point précis. Latitude 500, longitude 36. Au cœur de la forêt, à cet interstice. Dans ta tenue d'air verdoyante, tu étais d'une beauté étourdissante. Les oiseaux nous chantaient leur mélopée, et nous vivions heureux dans la canopée. Jungle sauvage, ouvre tes bras. Il en faut peu pour toi et moi. Prenons racine dans les bois. Enfants naïfs ou hors la loi. Les pieds plantés dans un ruisseau. Écoute chanter ce drôle d'oiseau. Il nous invite un peu plus haut à partager nos idéaux. L'histoire mémorable et la rêverie que nous vivions ensemble en Amazonie. Un retour aux sources, vie sans artifice. À deux dans la forêt, loin des maléfices. Dans la torpeur moite et luxuriante d'une jungle exubérante. Les arbres millénaires nous ont adoptés, et nous vivions heureux dans la canopée. Jungle sauvage, ouvre tes bras. Il en faut peu pour toi et moi. Prenons racine dans les bois. Enfants naïfs ou hors la loi. Les pieds plantés dans un ruisseau. Écoute chanter ce drôle d'oiseau. Il nous invite un peu plus haut à partager nos idéaux.
Wow, that was Polo and Pan with canapé. Not the kind you eat, more like the kind you put over your head when it's raining. Like we would say canopy, they mean canapé. I would just like to say that song is extraordinary. I didn't think you could get anything more uplifting than CSS until I heard Canapé. And I thought, let's stick that on after CSS because it's even more uplifting than the Brazilian band and their dance track. I thought it was amazing.
It was super fabulous. Can I quickly run back to CSS?
Yeah, please do.
Was their version of Rio ever released or no?
No, I don't think it was.
I want to hear it. Now I want to hear it. CSS, if you're listening, can you send it in, please? So that song, Let's Make Love and Listen to Death from Above, was actually used in promotions for the TV series Ugly Betty. So I think how do you like that? I like that. I
like
did too. And now Canapé going to Polo and Pan, and I love that name. I heard a little bit of air in that. Did you not?
Yeah.
But then I read that their influences are Giorgio Moroder and LCD Sound System.
Oh wow! They're
but
very French.
Yes, and their main influence is Serge Gainsbourg.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, did I say that right? No.
No.
How do you, no? What else?
Serge Gainsbourg.
Oh, Gainsbourg.
Gainsbourg. You sort of go. It's because you're getting so good at French, Katy. It's extraordinary. I mean, you'll be able to order an Evian in a restaurant. French fries, yes. You'll be able to order French fries soon. Well done.
Well done. I love that song. I'm going to listen to it again when we're done here. I want to give a shout out to someone.
All right, let's say a bit.
All right. I want to give a shout out to someone named Emily Venagopal. Did you say Venagopal? That's a hard one.
This is a shout out for Emily Venagopal. This is Simon and Katy on WHOOOSH saying whoosh.
Oh, Emily. Emily listens every week. And every week she loves our music choices. And the minute the show comes out on Friday, she puts us on. So I've just got to say that if you don't like the guff that Katy and I talk, you can always just listen to the music. You can skip us. For certain you can.
I had to say that.
Yes, I understand. So I have another question. This one,
please do.
This is interesting. This is from Eugene. Hi, Eugene. I don't know if either of us know this. Can you possibly tell me live songs that Duran Duran have performed where two hits are performed as one? Like when Sunrise went into New Moon on Monday from the Japanese tour.
Right.
Can you think?
Oh God, I can't. You're gonna have to ask John. I know we've done it before, but right now it escapes me because I'm in radio show mode. This is honestly.
I don't want your love going to something.
Probably. It's called. By the way, it's called segueing.
Yeah.
Some people call it seguing.
Seguing.
I've even heard a segue called a sieg. But it's not. It's a segue. We do it. We do it a few times. If you put more than two songs together, it's actually called a medley.
Medley.
I
never would have thought of that. My goodness, that was.
And of course, medleys are kind of there's association. They are slightly cabaret, but I think we do them occasionally, medleys. But I can't off the top of my head think of one right now. So can we move on to another question, please?
We sure as shoots can. This is a two-part question from Laura in Kansas.
Yeah.
What is a book whose world you loved so much that you didn't want it to end and you were sad when you finished reading it?
Oh.
And have you ever reread a book in order to experience that world again, or do you just keep it as a fond memory?
I've tried that. I've tried going back to the start, but it doesn't quite work because half of the world, half of the wonder of the world that the enjoyment is the wonder as you discover that world being described. I mean, I really like I love the Neil Stephenson's Baroque cycle. I love that, and it's not it's a real world. It's the age of the Enlightenment. I really enjoyed that. I didn't, although I really enjoyed reading the books. I didn't go back and read any of the Tolkien books again. I think if I'd have stopped at the end of The Hobbit, I would have gone back, but I went on to read the other ones, and I found Tolkien's work got progressively more stodgy as he went on. Well, with that particular, so the Return of the King being the stodgiest of all of them. I think the Return of the King was the last one, or was it whatever? I can't remember.
I certainly don't know. I did not read any of them.
Towers. So there's the Return of the King, the Return of the King.
Did you see the movies? Did you see the movies?
Yes, I did.
You like them?
They were all right. I just thought that personally, I'm not sure that I really want to see movies that wipe away my own images of everything. So when a franchise like the Lord of the Rings franchise is so huge, it tends to. I can't think of Gandalf now without thinking of Sir Ian McKellen.
Right.
I can't really see my own picture of Bilbo or of Frodo, you know, without seeing the ones that were presented on the screen anymore.
Right.
And for me, there's something a bit sad in that. But then again, I wanted to go and see the films because everybody else said they were so great, and you want to be part of that collective consciousness. But I can't remember what my idea of a Hobbit was now. Because it was read to me at school.
Oh,
by a very attractive teacher, it has to be said.
Yeah. Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, she was.
I really like the Adrian Mole books. Do you remember those?
Yes.
I love those. I read them a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I really love that world. And it was the first book that made me laugh out loud. And I felt like Adrian was my friend. So that would be one of my answers. The other answer is slightly more embarrassing. The Twilight books, which I never really get. You're so mean. Okay, so I never get caught up in any of those books. I read, like the Hunger Games or what's that one with that sex book where he's her dominant. She's not the dominant. Whatever.
50 Shades of Grey.
Did you read 50 Shades of Grey, Smarty Pants? I don't believe you.
Did I read Twilight? No. Did I read Hunger Games? No. Did I see the movies? I saw a bit of the Hunger Games.
I saw the Hunger Games were better movies than books.
That's because I've got an obsession with Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, I love her. I think I would be friends with her.
No, I love her. You don't love her as much as me.
Okay. I love her a little bit. She just got married. So anyway, the Twilight Saga, for some reason, and I read all the Harry Potters too, just the first two, because then they got super shoddy, really sucked me in, like so much so that I had a dream about it, and I was like, oh, this is pathetic. But I'm being honest on this episode of Whoosh. Stop smirking at me. I see that face. I see that Nancy Pants.
What's that? I'm just laughing because I just make me laugh. Why are you hurling the?
Am I getting aggro?
Nasty Pants thing. I'm just keeping my mouth shut is what I'm trying to do.
I see that smirk. Okay, it's smirk-worthy. Why don't you tell me, smirk-worthy, how you chose the next artist? And when I first saw Dancing in the Dark, I thought it was a Bruce Springsteen song.
Yeah, I might play a Bruce Springsteen song.
Get out!
Well, I might do. So
Ryan would become a listener.
This is Dancing in the Dark. It's by Moses Boyd, who's a jazz artist, featuring Obong Jaya, who is a vocalist. Moses Boyd is one of the nominees for this year's Mercury Prize. And I said I might be playing a few more tracks by the nominees if I like them. I really like this guy, Moses Boyd. He and I don't really go for a lot of jazz usually, but he's got a very, very interesting modern take on jazz that I find quite heady and attractive. So without further ado, I'd like to announce here on Whoosh, you're going to listen to Moses Boyd featuring Obong Jaya, and this is Dancing in the Dark.
The roads are worrying over nonsense. These kids dumping puddles, cutting gaps in family portraits. Move with caution, go fun for coffins. No fun, so young, so much done in front him. We lost another car right in front of the corner show. Right in. The world is changing, the rules are not the same. Why my brothers so afraid? Why my brothers full of hate? I look around and I see pain, so much pain, so much pain. Let's stop pretending that everything's okay. Why my brothers hate? Big black sheds, we shed the bruises that we face. I look around and all I see is pain. So much pain. So much pain. Look around. You just take it as it comes. We're dancing in the dark. So much pain. My brother, look around. We just take it as it comes. We're dancing in the dark. So much pain. My sister, look around. We just take it as it comes. We're dancing in the dark. Demons crawl the high street. Demons undercover. Demons walk the corners. Puff your chest and raise your shoulders. Watch your six, the streets are rife with vultures. We've been set up with zero choices, not many chances. Strip the curtains off the stage, tell it how it is. Most end up with lives they didn't dream. Close enough ain't good enough for me. Back to sender, I've seen families break piece by piece. I've seen children turn to men. I've seen men turn to God and needles. I know evil, I know hate. Hate is dancing in your face. Hate will call you brother, hate will shake your hand. Look around you, you don't have to strain. There's nothing but pain. Nothing but pain. My brother, look around. We just take it as it comes. We're dancing in the dark. So much pain. My brother, look around. We just take it as it comes. We're dancing in the dark. So much pain. My sister, look around. We just take it as it comes. We're dancing in the dark. We're dancing in the dark. We're dancing in the dark.
369 girls wanna drink wine. Tell the man not to waste your time. If the man broke, the man he a joke. So you gotta get loose with the Henny and the Coke. 3, 2, 1, girls wanna have fun. If the man don't dance, he's done. Tell him move on, get the man gone. Now can I get a Coke with my rum? 369 girls wanna drink wine. Tell the man not to waste your time. If the man broke, the man he a joke. So you gotta get loose with the Henny and the Coke. 3, 2, 1, girls wanna have fun. If the man don't dance, he's done. Tell him move on, get the man gone. Now can I get a Coke with my rum? To waste your time. If the man broke, the man he a joke. So you gotta get loose with the Henny and the Coke. 3, 2, 1, girls wanna have fun. If the man don't dance, he's done. Tell him move on, get the man gone. Now can I get a Coke with my rum? Chick a fake ID. Chick a fake ID. Chick a fake ID. Chick a fake chick a fake ID. Shit, you can't even drink with me. You can't hang, you got no plan. So you gotta make room now for the next man. 369 girls wanna drink wine. Tell the man not to waste your time. If the man broke, the man he a joke. So you gotta get loose with the Henny and the Coke. 3, 2, 1 girls wanna have fun. If the man don't dance, he's done. Tell him move on, get the man gone. Now can I get a Coke with my rum? Chick a fake ID. Chick a fake ID. Chick a fake ID. Chick a fake ID. Gotta get that bar. Gotta work real hard. Streets of your catwalk. Make your body talk that talk. Not to waste my time. If you see a broke man sign. If the man can't whine, you gotta get next in line.
You're listening to Whoosh on Spotify, and that was Fake ID by Riton and Kah-lo.
Yeah. Kah-lo. It's
Kah-lo.
like Frida Kahlo.
Frida Kahlo. Let me do that again.
Kah-lo, but no, we like that. No.
You always like my mispronunciations.
I do. I think it's a very major part of the show. I do.
So this was my jam of the week, Smarties. Everybody.
Yeah.
So the Riton is the DJ name for Harry Smithson, and Kah-lo is
Kah-lo.
I'm gonna.
Hey, maybe she says Kah-lo.
Maybe, I doubt it. Farida Sariki she's a Nigerian singer-songwriter.
It's fantastic. Mind you, I love this little outfit.
Is fantastic. She did a song called Rinse and Repeat with Riton, and actually that was the track that was nominated for a Grammy. Right. And here's something interesting, because I love when all our pathways merge. I get Google alerts for Duran Duran.
Yes.
And in 2019, I got a Google alert, and I just remembered because it was from a high school newspaper in Los Angeles that put together a playlist called Hot Girl Summer. That was last year. And this track, Fake ID, was on it. And the song that they played right after was Hungry Like the Wolf by Duran Duran.
What a wonderful
Isn't that
piece
cool?
of coincidence. I love that.
What a cool high schooler to put that playlist together.
Yeah. I mean, I would love. People say, "Who would you like to collaborate with?" I'd love to collaborate with these two.
Yeah, are you guys listening?
Or either of them.
Either of them.
I mean, for a duet, Kah-lo would be amazing, absolutely amazing.
And then she'd get into the studio and say her name was Kah-lo, and I'd feel somehow justified.
It probably is. It probably is.
So, I really hate to bring this up again this week, but I have bad news.
No, not again.
Yep, we're at the end of the show.
I can't imagine what it is.
We're at the end of the show.
We're at the end of the show.
Again.
But that does mean that we're going to play 2 more fabulous tracks for you.
Yes, let us say that last week.
2 more fabulous tracks.
2 more fabulous tracks. Last week's bonus track was "You Ain't the Problem."
Oh, so we said that. Remember, we said we were going to announce it before.
We did. What? We did. Oh, we did it last week?
You know what? Just take me out of this. Take me. Wipe this bit of me.
I'm just reminding people if they missed it that last week's bonus track was "You Ain't the Problem" by Michael Kiwanuka. And this week we're gonna leave you with a track called Dusseldorf by a London-based synth band called Teleman. What made you pick Teleman?
Well, I'm just going to say, while we're on the subject of pronunciation,
my favorite subject,
Dusseldorf. Just tickled me pink. It did.
How do you say Dusseldorf?
I say Dusseldorf.
Dusseldorf with a U?
Dusseldorf. I mean, maybe it is Dusseldorf, but
maybe
it made my toenails curl. It really did.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to teach a phonics class.
Anyway, let's get off this puerile stuff. We're going to play Dusseldorf by Teleman. I've been keeping my eye on Teleman and waiting for the right moment to drop one of the tracks on Whoosh, and now seems the right time. This is a great track by a great band. Would you like to add anything to that, Caddy? Do you have more?
I really don't have a lot other than they toured with Belle and Sebastian, which makes so much sense to me after hearing this song.
I mean, I like Belle and Sebastian. They're fun, but here they are. And I'm going to say that the bonus track this week is another track by Moses Boyd, our Mercury Prize nominee. It's called BTB. But before that, here they are, Teleman with Dusseldorf. See you next week.